This is Commander James Caron. Hyperspace drive jump successfully completed. We have arrived in the designated area. All systems are receiving power. Navigation systems are online. Fleet Command is standing by, and the command center is fully operational.
Reporting for duty.
The surrounding area is unknown. We need to establish a base and begin gathering nearby resources. Order the resource collectors to mine the nearby asteroids. We need to check if the drilling and harvesting system is working properly.
Greetings and salutations, friends, and welcome to Era 1. A game that is still in very early access, mind you. Very early access. As in, it's only really got scenarios at the moment. There's no campaign, there are plans for one. There's no much in the way of any multiplayer or anything else. It's basically just a tech demo, in essence, at the moment. To demonstrate what the team want to make, what they're able of making, and what they've already managed to produce. And even in that exceptionally rough and exceptionally early stage, this is still an infinitely better Homeworld than Homeworld 3 ever had any hope of being. Which is why I want to show it off now that it's, oh, hello. Now that it no longer constantly crashes anymore.
Standing by.
As it did have a pretty large problem a while ago, where the game would crash unendingly. 30 minutes of play, the game was going to die, no matter what else you did, so, you know, I had to push it a bit past that. But now the game does indeed appear to be running consistently, which is nice. And smoothly, relatively speaking, as there are still more than a few handful of performance issues and other things. As again, this is in many ways basically a tech demo for what it is, but as you can see here, one of the really cool features is that your Higaran mothership is actually hello there.
Outposts, because they represent an important supply point. If destroyed, the production of enemy ships will decrease.
I see. Your Higaran mothership is actually modular, so that you can construct, build, and design your own warship in whatever ways you want, which is very, 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 very neat, in my not too humble opinion.
Stand by for further orders.
And the game absolutely... Oh, God, it feels so Homeworld. Everything from the little cute resource collectors nibbling away at asteroids, to the voice commands, to all of it. It is great. You'll also forgive me if the volume is very low at the moment, because... Well, the game has something weird going on with its volume, where if it's too high, it is ear-bleedingly, annihilatingly loud. And if it's too low, it's too low.
Resource drop point constructed.
I have spent quite a lot of time trying to find a balance of this game's volume, and I gave up, and I erred on the side of not murdering anyone with decibels, so forgive me.
Scavenger ready.
So, right now, we're in the early stages, and I'm just beginning to build some more resource drop-off points for my cute little scarab things to deliver their resource units, obviously, and building more scavengers to go out and mine yet further resources, as when the resources are mined in the good old tradition of things, they aren't simply dumped directly into your bank account. Instead, there is a transfer period, where the resources are moved from one holding unit, in essence, to another. Right, we have some more resources over there, which I'll send you guys to go fetch.
Resources dropped. Heading out.
Good. Right, our first priority now is just to get established, and then to begin setting up some research.
Building underway.
We will place a resource thing right there, and underneath our command center, we will be producing a light facility with some light vehicles. There we go. Lovely, lovely, lovely. This voiceover is the same voiceover they use for AI slop. I wouldn't be surprised if it was AI, honestly.
Drop point constructed.
Again, this is made by a very small but very passionate team that have added in a whole load of really cool mechanics. Like, for example, when I open a window, do you see all of these commands? All of these commands right here. I love that. You've got all of the formations, delta, claw, the sphere, fighter, etc. You've got all of the commands you need. You can queue orders, you can patrol, you can escort, warp, relays, recycles. You can even get into the cockpit of vehicles, which is fucking adorable. You can even actually manually control the vehicles from the cockpit if you so choose, which is brilliant, in my none-too-humble opinion. And of course, you need to expand your mothership with additional facilities, both for the unloading of goods, which is the things that I've attached onto the side here, and also with resource collection warehouses, as you don't have, infinite space or anything. As you get ready to defend yourself against quite a few hostiles out there. Now, I am a big make or break for this game, incidentally, will absolutely be the story, right? The story is going to be a big deal because probably one of the single biggest failings of Homeworld 3 was its campaign, as its campaign was just, well, ass. Simple as, really. It was not a very good campaign. It was a terrible goddamn campaign, and everybody knew it was a terrible goddamn campaign.
High-efficiency penetration defense turrets. We also detect fleets of fighters ready.
High-efficiency penetration defense turrets. For high-efficiency penetration.
And organize a defense fleet. Locate the enemy command fortress and destroy.
We've got a little bit more in the way of resource flow going on right now, so I'm going to activate a second building unit. As you don't actually have to build units one by one, or not units, but modules. You can actually build a whole assload of modules simultaneously, but obviously the more you're building, the more quickly your resources deplete, and so on. On Lumlum, I see a nerd playing a nerd game. Also, hi, chat. Well, of course. Well, the game has just enough mechanics. Like, for example, you do actually have to worry about the temperature tolerances of your ships in this case. If you go into a hazardous area, like, say, for example, this nebula right here, your units will take damage consistently and constantly unless they have, this is a radiation field, unless they have radiation preventation. So, like the radiation shielding, this is what I was looking for. They can't go into areas of deep extreme cold unless they are protected against deep extreme cold. This also means that you can make custom-made warships designed specifically to delve into areas like that, where you are intending to have a warship that only does that thing.
Research center constructed.
Start producing some light mech guns now, which are basically heavy fighters, as honestly I found most of the small vehicles a lot less useful than the big boys ones in this game so far. And of course you need the adequate facilities to produce units. In this case, mech guns coming from the light facility, along of course also with fighters. If there is any critique to level at the game immediately, it probably has to do with the non-existent teaching apparatus of the game, as there isn't really much in the way of a tutorial. It kind of tosses you into the deep end and expects you to figure things out, and there are even now still mechanics in the game that, well, aren't actually really necessarily in the game. They only exist there as, placeholders. And so if you start clicking them and wondering what the hell this thing is, well, you're going to be very sad and very confused because it doesn't actually do
Complete. See you next
anything.
month.
Which is unfortunate if you're trying to, learn how the game works, etc. As you can see now, we are just expanding the size of our beautiful little warship with various modules. And we've just unlocked our research screen, which we shall start using by developing...
Quarter constructed. Maximum
We need new weapons?
capacity increased.
Laser cannons and rocket... Laser cannons would be nice, yes. Let's get lasers and then build range, energy transfer. We're going to need nuclear reactors sooner rather than later. Defense field,
Quarter constructed.
advanced mech guns, and general mech guns upgrades. There we go. That should keep my little research thingy busy for a time being. Desert Hamster, do you need male and female ships to make new ones? Of course you do. How else are you supposed to make new ships? Why are you asking such stupid questions?
Research center constructed.
Speaking of, is that a carbon? That is a carbon. That is a carbon asteroid. Okay, well, if that's a carbon
Research
asteroid...
center constructed.
Job complete. See you next run.
Actually, no, don't build those there. That's silly. Don't build those in the mech gun facility.
Light mech gun ready.
Build those in the main facility, of course. As if I have the opportunity to mine more resource units, I absolutely will. Speaking of,
Constructed.
we are also beginning the preparations for Overlord now, where we have a couple of beautiful icons for the two selectable waifus of Overlord. Made by Chippy, I think the... Chippy was the artist's name? I think so.
Our disposal are depleted. Gather more.
So we're starting on that one, which will probably run for a month or so, probably, because, well, I've got a lot of games to catch up on. Well, we're going to do Foxhole tomorrow, and we might do Chivalry on Thursday, because I know that the Sargaruni is busy in England on some sort of conference this month, I think. So, sadly, no Stamford Bridge.
Light mech gun ready.
Here we go. Here's one of the heavy fighters, the mech guns. And again, you can tell the Homeworld reference, can't you? It really is rather obvious, is it not? What a beautiful little thing. And, of course, you can go into the...
enemy has found us and is attacking with fast recon fighters. Defend the command center. Structural module constructed.
Yes, unfortunately, it isn't an entirely peaceful video game. There are... Oh, why have you managed... God, you stupid little Streamlabs thingy.
Drop complete.
Laser cannon.
You
Technology
stupid
acquired.
little Streamlabs thingy.
Light mech gun ready.
Excusez-moi for a moment. Streamlabs has decided to resize my things, and I'm upset about it. Ah. And it's it's decided to lock them too. Okay, that's weird. Normally, resizing these. Okay, never mind. I'm not going to waste time on that now. Apparently, Streamlabs has decided to do things. Never mind. Never mind. So, we have incoming enemies. We do have a little bit of defenses, not a enormous amount, but it should be enough to keep us alive for now. As we also need to focus on getting more scavengers out and getting our research going, as I should by now have enough resource collection ports to actually service them all. And our basic research modules are up and running. Initially, the research modules don't stack in that if you have 2 research modules, your research isn't twice as fast or anything. Instead, you run multiple lines of research modules. So if you have 2 research modules, you can run 2 tracks of research. If you have 3 research modules, you can run 3 lines of research. However, of course, all of this will cost an increasing amount of money. Here comes the bad people.
Scavenger ready. Enemy detected in close proximity. Prepare for contact. Remote energy transfer technology.
And our little mecha guns are engaging.
Scavenger ready.
Another very neat thing is that, as you can see, there's no hit scanning. There's no like, oh, I fire my weapon, I hit the enemy, I do X amount of damage. No. All of this is simulated projectiles. So when it fires, it actually does need to hit the enemy to do some damage. This, of course, is determined by things like range, by the velocity of the target. So something like even these light scout drones, whilst they're not going to have a whole lot of health, obviously, they are going to be very quick. And so killing them can be rather difficult because you need to actually catch the little damn things. This is one of the reasons why you might want fighters, for example. But I find that the fighters tend to be a little bit too skirmishy and not really focus on actually killing anything. So I still prefer my beautiful, beautiful little mecha guns more often than not.
Requesting support.
Oh, binoculars. Oh, is it too large? Do I not have that? Harvesting capabilities for that yet? Damn it. Alright, is there anything else you can go and harvest? You can go harvest stuff over there, so go do that.
Reserves are depleted. The generators are overloaded and experiencing damage. Build additional power generators. And
Power
if any are already
generators.
built, prioritize their construction.
Right, I'll focus on bringing up the nuclear power generators for now then. This also means that combat is actually quite a lengthy undertaking. Like, you can skirmish in this game, unlike... skirmishing. Skirmishing is a forgotten art in like 90% of video games these days, where it seems to be a near completely lost art. The idea of being able to engage an enemy without the urge to, like, destroy them immediately, aggressively, and let's just focus on that alone. There are absolutely times in which what you want to do is simply just keep the enemy busy. Oh, look at that. How cool is that?
Acquired.
Is this necessary? Is this an effective way to carry out space combat? No. Is it cool as shit? Yes. Do I love that it's in the game? Yes. As there are absolutely times when you simply want to keep the enemy busy, and your primary purpose isn't even to destroy them, it's to keep them spotted for as long as possible, which is again something that the happy little fast-moving scout craft are very, very good at. Right, we are going to need some power here. We are going to snuggle our nuclear engines right in under here, where they will be protected from getting strafed and targeted and destroyed. We'll build one at a time, because I don't have that much in the way of resources right now. And they are slowly but surely whittling down the enemy. I don't have any repair facilities right now, so they're going to have to do so with whatever is at hand, unfortunate though that may be for them. I did get a weapon produced. I'm going to focus on the missiles now. And we are going to produce some laser mecha guns. As you can see here, you have various weapon layouts. So you've got the simple just gun, mecha gun, you've got laser mecha gun, and you have missiles, which I haven't unlocked yet. This means that you have basically chassis instead of specialized units. So a chassis is the mecha gun.
Resources drop.
Once you've researched the various weapons, you can attach them to the mecha gun, which is of course also dependent upon the size of the vessel. So you can only put something like, massive missile batteries and shit on larger warships rather than mecha guns, whereas the mecha guns can have heavier weapons than the fighters in turn. Or take it all, female ships can do everything a male ship can, but better. Remember that. It's very important that you make that important distinction.
See you next run.
And my main warship right now does not have much in the way of offensive capability. It has like one machine gun up there and one machine gun down there, and that's it. So it doesn't really want to get engaged in any straight up combat right now. But that's fine, as we are right now just focusing on getting the research done.
Light mech gun ready.
Speaking of, I really should have been focusing on harvesting rate first and foremost. Or bring the tech down to 2 things being researched, as we are spending way more money than we actually have at the moment. But we've got a fresh new wave of scavengers coming in with resource units that should boost our income quite significantly. And the little scout skirmishes are finally being picked off and dealt with. Strategy in general. Well, yes. Strategy in general is a bit of a forgotten genre, but I kind of blame Total War, especially for the things like skirmishing, right? Because if you go back in time to the olden days of Command and Conquer, obviously there was understood that skirmishing was an effective tactic. You didn't really have like a specific skirmishing thing. It was simply a way in which you played, right? Attacks and running away, hit and runs, etc. But with things like Total War, we kind of forgot all about the effectiveness of these things, because in Total War, you can't really skirmish effectively most of the time. You've kind of got to just engage fully with the enemy, because if you don't, well, your shit will just get destroyed. And even the skirmishers were just like running away from the enemy with throwing spears and so on. Because skirmishing is actually rather micro-intensive, obviously. So if you want to do that on a large scale, you've kind of got to have either specific mechanics for it, or a really high actions per minute for it.
Taking fire. Need backup.
There. We should be hitting the next tech field any second. The game doesn't actually tell you how to advance tech eras, by the way. One of the ample failures of the game's UI at the moment. But once you unlock enough technology, you will get the next tech tree. Circle synergy. Now then, we have produced some of our forward area here. All bad people. A lot more bad people. I do believe
building underway.
We might want to consider at least putting some guns on our ship soon as well.
At long range proximity. Stay alert.
I don't actually think I have the building range to construct guns over there yet, but well enough, well enough.
Standing by.
Group 1 assigned. Turret base constructed.
Because one of the big difficulties behind doing skirmishing effectively is that you need a way to engage the enemy without being immediately destroyed by the enemy. Or alternatively also, hi there, you little sneaky bastards. Or alternatively also getting destroyed by the enemy in turn immediately. Which is why the entire idea of actually having, you know, relatively low DPS is something that appeals to me, because it allows for lengthy running engagements, something all too few video games actually allow these days. And now we're going to be producing some missile mecha guns, because homing missiles is, frankly, the only weapon we are likely to actually utilize in space anyways. Listen, when we all start doing space combat on a proper scale, we're not going to be wasting time with silly things like firing guns at one another. Although we could. There are arguments to be made for, you know, solid round weapons in space. That absolutely are. But in all due likelihood, we're just going to be launching missiles at one another. Probably fucking huge missiles, you know, missiles capable of blowing up spaceships and stuff. But considering the engagement distances that we are likely to be involved in, having weapons with guidance systems seems rather, you know, obvious. Though, to be fair, when we are dealing with the kind of guns that we are going to be using in space as well, there's no reason why we couldn't put a guidance system on a solid projectile. Imagine just a 2,000-ton shell with an intelligent warhead in it, basically.
Structural synergy upgrade.
At that point, I feel like we might as well just call them torpedoes, but oh well.
See you next run.
Slow down.
Those things are up and
Drop complete. See you next run.
running. A command center would be kind of useful.
Building underway. Light mech gun.
Put a bridge up there. The bridge will also boost the nearby units, I believe, because now you've got central command and control, which is kind of useful. Urban Burnson, so can this hunk of junk you're building move like the monster eventually? Heart of the machine fun. Yes, of course, it's got engines. There you go, engines. It can move already, but it is painfully slowly. And the larger the ship is, the more complicated its movements get. But there is nothing stopping you from using the modules to basically build out an enormous ass section that you can mount 18 engines to and have a surprisingly mobile little vehicle.
Structural module constructed. Building underway.
Speaking of, I'm going to also start building some modules here to begin encapsulating my research units, because I don't want them blown up. But currently my build range is preventing me from
The required research score.
grabbing all of it.
And it is now possible to upgrade the research center.
There we go, Tech Era 2 unlocked, so let's get that going.
Awaiting orders.
Whilst my ships continue to skirmish bravely in the void.
Technological error acquired.
Harvest rate, let's definitely get that going. Alright, I should also have a repair facility. Now, there we go, there's the repair bay.
Resources dropped. Heading out.
Got one.
Building
We're
underway.
going to affix a couple of repair bays to our belly right here.
Cargo delivered.
As we put those on our belly, we are going to put some crew quarters here as temporary yet effective means of obfuscating our giant nuclear reactors from easy attack.
Awaiting orders.
They're
Command bridge constructed.
still not exactly subtle, and if the enemy did want to attack them, they could, but fortunately, the AI does have some limitations at the moment.
Group
As-
assigned.
There's absolutely the ability to target individual areas of a ship, so having 3 nuclear reactors mounted to the belly of your base ship is not necessarily an entirely safe course of action. But
Drop complete. See you next run.
it is the only course of action available to me at the moment, so. Dark Lelouch, I have to say that the Lost Fleet series, as it focuses on formation, strategy, and logistics in long retreat, inspired by Xenophon's Anubis. Lost Fleet series. What's that? Books? And I don't think I remember a game by that name. At least not off the top of my head. Right, weapons. Okay, first and foremost,
Acquired. Enemy
build
detected in close proximity.
ranged.
Prepare for contact.
Titanium armor, Rue fusions, yes.
Moving towards your
A
ship.
special sonus would be lovely.
Research underway.
Weapons. Pulsar cannons.
Resources dropped. Heading out.
Flamethrowers in space. Because why? Because why not? Why would you not be allowed to have flamethrowers in space? Huh?
Structural module
What
constructed.
possible reason could you have to deny other people for having flamethrowers in space, huh? There's no reasonable reason for you to deny anyone the glorious flamethrowers in space. And actually, flamethrowers in space can be pretty effective. Realistically, probably not. Well, actually, no, see, if you have a flamethrower in space and you give it some way to breach the enemy's hull,
Module constructed.
now you're talking. Indeed, you know, a potentially very effective weapon would be not a missile that explodes upon entering the enemy warship, but rather one that begins to fill the enemy warship with fire. Now, obviously, there's going to be, like, air gates and things you're going to need to continuously breach, but you could potentially force the enemy to lock down huge sections of the ship by simply heating them up beyond tolerable standards. And the best part about that is that you don't even need to do anything, necessarily. All you really need to do is create enough heat to the point where it becomes self-feeding by devouring anything and everything of the countless necessary components within an enemy spaceship. Now, this is, of course, assuming that the enemy is going to be retarded enough to not add in enough, you know, fail-safes and systems to defend against such things, but, you know, hypothetically, flamethrowers in space could function if your enemy is lightly retarded.
The wreck has been salvaged, and a new technology has
And
been
hey, who even expects to fight somebody whose primary weapons is flamethrowers, a weapon famous for needing oxygen to function effectively in space? I can see an argument. Not necessarily an effective one, but, you know, I'm coping here. I like the idea of flamethrowers in space, and so I am defending it, goddammit! I don't have my build range. Oh, so currently we are in an eclipse phase, by the way. So, the game has various stages where during the normal operation phase, all radars and, you know, space sensors function normally. During eclipse phase, where the sun is eclipsed, I guess, it's nonsense, but details. Everything is reduced so that you basically go into a stealth phase kind of the video game. This would allow you to, let's say that the enemy knows where you are and you don't know where the enemy is, right? Obviously, that is going to give your opposition a pretty significant advantage over you, but due to the eclipse system, it is a temporary one, as once the eclipse comes into place, you could potentially relocate your base so as to hide your location from the enemy again and reset the board. A really cool idea that I really do like. Right.
Resources dropped. Heading out.
I could use some sensor towers. I don't know if I have anywhere I can actually build them without...
Building
There we go.
underway. Structural module constructed.
There, I'd like a couple of sensor towers. I want to have space sonars up on the actual command bridge eventually. I'm going to fit those down there. Give me a little bit more vision and range, especially when you can't see anything. And yes, indeed, by the way, you can lose track of your own forces during an eclipse event. So if they're too far away, things like harvesters, for example, can absolutely get lost, which is a very good reason for why you would want to build things like lighthouses. Now, lighthouses basically give you an increased homing beacon for your units, but obviously, that also means that the enemy is going to be able to see you more easily, because you are literally pinging the void, going like, beep, here I am, beep, here I am.
Building underway.
Now, first and foremost, on your own frequencies, of course, so it's not like you're sending out ringing the dinner bell to everyone around, but that is nevertheless a signal. As we've talked about on many previous occasions, the main way that you're going to be finding anyone in space is going to be radiation, as spaceships are going to be radiating out all kinds of explosive payload used to be final resort to deal high damage to a target.
Acquired.
Allahu Akbar?
Question. Fire is the answer.
Yeah. Straight up Allahu Akbar, huh? Oh, that's a little... It's a little harsh. I'm not gonna Allahu Akbar my poor little vehicles. That would be, I mean, frankly, fucking cruel, in my opinion.
Research underway.
Downright cruel, in fact. I'm not gonna Allahu Akbar them. Deflection armor. Relay systems, weapons. Good.
Autocannon turret constructed.
Resources dropped. Heading out.
Right, our economy is beginning to stabilize, and we've survived the first few waves of the enemy, which is nice. And we've got ourselves a very good detection bubble now. One that the enemy can detect as well, but, you know, c'est la vie. And we are researching advanced fighters, which will give us some bombers, as I do want to strike at that enemy base over there, which is guarding a nice and big resource field that I really want access to. Sandum, world launching molten metal at enemies work. Would launch molten metal at enemies work. Technically, but you'd need some way to encapsulate the molten metal. Because if you're simply launching molten metal, it'll be, you know, spread very, very quickly. And you wouldn't be able to gain the amount of concentration you'd need to actually begin searing through the enemy's hull. Bearing in mind as well, of course, that space is, well, okay. One of the interesting things about space is that space isn't technically, theoretically, cold. Not as we would consider and think of space anyways. It's not like in the movies where space is just infinitely cold and freezes you immediately. That's not quite how it works, but it does sap energy. That's the important thing. That is heat transference, because it's not a perfect void. If you were in a perfect void, there would be no transference of heat either, so you wouldn't be able to vent excess heat into space, because to vent excess heat, you need to vent it into something. You need to transfer the heat into a gas, for example. And space does have gases. Space does have an atmosphere. It is just unbelievably thin, of course. So it's all about the ability to transfer that energy. And if you have something molten, molten things radiate energy. They radiate heat, which means that the majority of the heat will be stolen by the void. Which is, again, why you would need to be very, very close to an enemy to make effective usage of... Actually, I'm going to recycle that bit right there. And put in a shield generator in its stead. So technically, but you need to be pretty damn close for it to work.
Heading out.
Fighter health upgrade acquired.
There are many technicalities of space warfare. Many technicalities.
Technology.
The eclipse is ending, which means the enemy is going to be able to see me more easily again. How's my advanced stuff going? Okay, I've got bombers now.
Cargo delivered.
Excellent.
Cargo delivered.
I can't remember how to unlock light weapons or wing weapons for my fighters, so I'm going to assume it might have something to do with EMP or speed burst. I hope. And pray.
Underway. Enemy detected at long-range proximity. Stay alert.
Enemy waves are... Ooh, that's actually kind of large. Suddenly, I'm a little nervous. Right.
Speed burst. Skill acquired.
Start producing some heavy mecha guns. And I do have some autocannons now, which will help support me against the enemy.
Ready for action.
What are you?
Group 1 assigned.
Well, light mecha gun. Go back to your friends. That little light mecha gun there is in what we would like to recall deep doo-doo, as he has found himself the sole target of the enemy's attentions and at a significant distance away from any repair facilities. Right, run, little mecha gun, run! I do love the auto guns. They are cute, they are adorable. They just... They try their best, okay? They're just filling the void with explosives, hoping that it'll hit something. 9 times out of 10, to be honest, they're not going to hit shit because they have a lot of range, and you might think that having a lot of range is a very good thing, but the problem is when you're shooting at something at that kind of range, with that kind of maneuverability, hits a few and far between. Although, look at them, they're trying their damnedest. They're trying very, very hard. And sometimes they get close. Sometimes. Oh, they actually hit it.
Target destroyed.
I feel, if anything, the next thing we need to focus on researching in realistic space combat is flak burst shells, as that would be really useful, being able to have proximity detonations instead of, well, actually needing to hit the enemy. Chaplain Weird Dream donors, $2, thank you. Dark Luge, it's a sci-fi book series, definitely checking out art, same with Terms of Enlistment by Clues. Toei being my preferred of the two. So, that was also one of the things that was really cool about Battlestar Galactica back in the day, right? Because Battlestar Galactica's original premise was, of course, humanity fought the Cylons, and had an uneasy truce. The Cylon then decide that humanity will inevitably come back to destroy them because they fear them, and they do have a pretty good point in that. And so this is going to be one of those we're in it for the species, boys and girls kind of moments, where the Cylons decide that they're going to strike first. And they do, with an incredibly effective nuclear campaign against the human colonies. Then, the human survivors need to escape the Cylons, under constant attack and a constant skirmishing with them, whilst also worrying, of course, about internal enemies and the fact that they don't know what the Cylons look like. That was always, to me, a really cool story. And it turned really weird eventually with the whole kind of like religious overtones and all that, and I really didn't like the later seasons, but in many ways, Battlestar Galactica is an exceptional science fiction series that I really, really do love. It's just, yeah, it developed problems. It developed issues. It really did. Right, have I figured out how to make wing mounts yet? Ah, wing weapons, I have. Lovely. And I've always liked the idea of that kind of harrowed retreat scenario, right? I was kind of hoping that might be what they were going to do with Game of Thrones, almost. Because the White Walkers initially come across as very, very dangerous, right? And so you'd think that once they're beginning to overrun the north, that would be a fantastic reason for the various kingdoms, 7 kingdoms or whatever? 7 kingdoms? 13 kingdoms? To go, listen, okay. We've got a lot of silly quarrels about the throne. You know, who sits on the iron chair is pretty important to us. However, there appears to be a massive force of ice zombies descending upon us from the far north. They destroyed the wall, which appeared to be an absolutely unovercomable obstacle, and they're currently coming to eat all of our babies. Perhaps this would be a good opportunity to set aside some of our differences, and focus on something a little bit more productive than stabbing one another.
Cargo delivered.
Right, let's begin some work on some bombers to take out that station, shall we?
Enemy detected at long-range proximity. Stay alert. Enemy detected in close proximity. Prepare for contact.
I'm ready
What's that?
for action.
Probably just little garrison strike fighter. Right. That will be a decent little force to begin contesting that thing.
Cargo delivered.
As I do need to unlock some new resource fields sooner rather than later, preferably.
Heading out.
But no, they didn't do that. Instead, the army of incredibly dangerous super space zombie snowmen were just slapped. They were just absolutely fucking slapped by a little girl
Been intercepted.
who did the thing where it's like, I've killed your leader now. What are you going to do about it? And they're just like, well, we're going to die, I guess.
Reporting for duty.
What else could we possibly conceivably do? You have found our weakness. We must expire now.
Command, I'm here.
Oh, which is such a cop-out. Like, I don't even mind the old trope of, like, oh, the enemy has, like, a magical necromancer commander or whatever. Fine, okay, that's all well and good. But to have the entire threat be destroyed by one stab... Oh my god.
Bomber ready. Heavy weapon.
The very absolute definition of anticlimactic.
On your command.
Right, well, that wave is going to get absolutely butchered.
Bomber ready.
Indeed, it was absolutely butchered.
Deflection armors. Technology acquired.
Complete. See you.
Research underway. Bomber ready.
Cool. Asteroid mining docks. That's what we need.
Instructions.
Right, well, if the enemy has wasted its stuff, I might as well send the mecha guns over to destroy that thing.
Upgraded their systems.
Hopefully.
Now possesses stronger defenses and more powerful attacks.
Cargo delivered.
Awaiting orders.
Right. Running out of resources.
Projectiles.
Gotta find something else to mine soon.
On your
Right, Strikecraft and bombers.
Affirmative.
Prepare to be blown to absolute tiny little pieces and stuff.
Confirmed.
Right, an enemy command unit. It's got some defenses, some auto cannons, etc.
Instructions.
I feel like I can probably deal with this, especially once I get the bombers in the fray.
I'm ready, Commander.
There we go.
We are coming out of the eclipse, so the
There we
navigation
are.
systems will return to normal.
Boomies! Boomies!
Awaiting instructions.
Gorshigado Plasma Cannon is technically flamethrower plus stun gun. I suppose it is, yes. Chaplain Weird Dream, can you make Gloriana class out of the mothership? You could, technically, because you do have just the regular models, the building modules, that you can construct into basically anything you want. So, somebody far more...
Requesting support.
Anything else to trade? Well, I don't have any resources to trade with them, so F me. Utilizing the building modules, somebody far more creative than I, as I am very much so the kind of player who, if left to his own devices, will simply just build squares in space. And that is all he will ever build, just more squares in space. You could make something really cool looking out of this stuff. Really, really cool looking out of this stuff.
Target destroyed.
I don't think I have the command center.
Acquired.
Got one.
Command center just yet, unfortunately.
Cargo delivered.
Service guarantees citizenship.
I don't not. No, I only have the command bridge. Right, I think that's the next level of research.
Cargo delivered.
Make sure that we are actually researching enhanced relay systems. Quantum core, definitely.
Affirmative.
Ion cannon. Concussion missiles. Heavy kinetic cannons. Right, I don't want to move my thing right now because it's going to move very, very slowly. Let's just put it like that. Although I might start the lengthy relocation procedures.
Build range. Upgrade. Acquired.
Right, you know what? I should have the building right now to
Building underway.
smack some engines on my enormous fucking brick of a ship. And begin shifting it over here. Like this, for example. All of this is just various modules built around the central structure, as you can see.
Heading out.
In fact, do you have any easily accessible power cores anywhere, maybe?
Constructed.
And when the ship gets destroyed, as you can see here again, you are actually blowing apart the individual modules of it to dig your way into the central command module, which will eventually destroy the ship itself.
A new wave of enemies moving towards your ships has been intercepted.
See, that's unfortunate, because I was kind of busy. Alright, Mecha Gun.
Engine constructed.
Enough beating up the helpless enemy. And it's time for you to start heading back to defend Motherboat.
Awaiting orders.
Motherboat.
Drop complete.
Head over there.
Streamlabs run.
Engine constructed.
Reporting for duty.
And the bombers and the fighters can keep picking away at this for the
One more kill.
immediate future. Turning, turning, turning. Hooray. Right, my giant exposed ass is now going to be flapping freely in the breeze in front of the incoming enemy, but that's why we have escort ships. To protect our big, beautiful posterior from the attentions of vile, marauding enemy hordes, of course. Naturally.
Research underway.
Upgrade more mecha guns, field repairs. Utility speed. As with enough engines, you can actually get a fair turn of speed out of this thing, but you are going to need a lot of engines.
Enhanced relay system.
Standoom, quick question. How effective would the Raptorus Rex be against the Tyranids? How effective would throwing a chunk of star be? Like what the Raptorus Rex did to the Ring of Steel in War for Badab. Honestly, like, it would be potentially very effective so long as you could hit something. The primary problem with tossing stellar bodies at people is that, well, it's kind of difficult to not spot a stellar object. You know? And so, there will be a lot of opportunities to move out of the way of the incoming stellar object. A lot of space warfare, because there's a saying of, like, tankers on Earth, like, just on Earth. Tankers, you know, tank drivers, etc. That the best way to defend yourself from the enemy is to not be seen from the enemy. Simple as. You want to not die? Okay, don't get spotted. Simple as.
Understood.
If you can't avoid getting spotted, well, don't get hit. If you can't avoid getting hit, only then do you concern yourself with surviving getting
Ready
hit.
for action.
You know? So the focus on bigger and badder projectiles, in many cases, kind of fails to understand the true nature of what's going to be going on with engagement ranges like the ones you're going to be seeing in space. This is also one of the reasons why we've seen such a massive increase in drone warfare, obviously. See,
Got one.
a drone, of course, has dick all in the way of payload. Fucking nothing, comparatively, to virtually anything and everything else. Compared to a tank shell, compared to a bomb, compared to a missile, etc., etc., etc. A drone carries a payload of maybe, like, 20, 30 kilograms. And if you want a fancy drone, you know, one of the big flying ones, you can maybe fit like a 100-kilogram warhead on it, which isn't bad, but it's still not particularly impressive. And if you want something capable of carrying multiple warheads, you need something a la the Predator, which at that point, you're basically just building a fighter jet anyways.
We're going down.
Which kind of undermines a fair bit of the key points about drones being small and cheap and easy to produce and all that nonsense. Right, I wouldn't mind some more research areas. At least one more would be actually kind of lovely, but I have limited coverage for them.
One more kill.
But the obvious benefit is that a drone is very good at hitting its target.
One more kill.
And being able to hit your target means that the enemy can no longer avoid being seen, and they can no longer rely on not getting hit, which is very, very advantageous indeed. There, that'll also allow me the opportunity to maybe double up on my engine block if I so choose, which would be kind of nice.
Cargo delivered.
How my little light mech guns doing? They're doing very well. They've suffered like one casualty in this entire fight. Oh, there we go. A boom boom.
Constructed. Enemy detected in close proximity. Prepare for contact.
That is going to be a lot of loot, as you can indeed salvage destroyed portions of enemies as well. Right. I would like some more little scouty ships.
On your command.
And figuring out what is out there in space.
Cargo delivered.
Ranger.
Mech guns, you may return to the duty of escorting the
Reporting
ship.
for duty.
Cargo delivered.
Command center.
Which will turn around so it's facing the most common attack angle of the enemy. Following your news, Russian agents have conducted sabotage on Polish territory. Train tracks blown up with military-grade explosives, worm revengeance, and VTM redemption. Have they now? I haven't heard anything about that. Sounds difficult to prove, honestly, but it would be very interesting if it... Oh, hi there.
I'm ready for action.
I see we're continuing our attacks. How very unfortunate of you.
Drop complete. See you next run.
Please don't. Right, we also now can build some heavy turret bases,
Underway.
which we shall. A heavy turret base there, a heavy turret base there.
Prepare for annihilation. You're next to fall.
And begin preparing for more heavy weapons.
Bow down.
Building underway.
As we are going to design our beautiful, beautiful hammerhead of absolute horrific destruction.
Heavy turret base. Constructed. Building underway.
My beautiful, beautiful hammerhead.
Drop complete. See you next run.
It's such a cute little thing. In essence, I'm simply just going to mount an assload of weapons on it.
Heading out.
Building underway.
Right, we're also going to need some navigation lights eventually.
Structural module. Constructed.
There, move the navigation lights over there.
Resources dropped. Heading out.
Then we are going to build our... Is it facilities? Facilities. We don't need heavy facilities too, but what I was actually looking for was...
Capacity for resources. Collectors can't drop off
Resource.
They are installed.
Resource drop points.
need
There
to
we
build
go.
Additional warehouses or resource containers. Ion cannon technology acquired. Building underway. Structural module constructed.
See you next run.
There. And we'll eventually need to start armoring up this retarded Luger Hulk of ours at some point too, as the enemy will of course only throw bigger, badder, and heavier shit at me as time goes on. Unsurprisingly, the enemy will eventually grow quite tired of sending small things,
Cargo delivered.
and will begin sending large things. Which is why we also need to start building heavy facilities.
See you next run.
I've seen some absolutely beautiful constructs, by the way, where again, the creative players actually build things that look like ships, rather than I, who primarily just build slabs in space, and then festooned them with weapons in every fucking direction I can.
Drop complete. See you next run.
Which, you know, I consider that to be a bit of an art form in and of itself, though. I mean, listen.
What's the
What I construct is brutalistic, okay? It is an art form,
turret base?
sort of. It's just brutalism. Now, where are my little rangers? There you are.
Cargo delivered.
The Archer art form is the brutalistic art form, yes.
Can't drop off resources
Now, I
from
feel
collectors.
like
They are
there
stored.
was
We need to
a,
build additional warehouses or
rotate.
resource containers.
there is a rotate action, except it's grayed out. Oh, very unfortunate.
Acknowledged.
Right, keep turning.
Structural module constructed.
Now then, my little, pretty little scouts, you are going to venture out into the galaxy
Navigation light constructed.
Command, I'm here.
in search of things,
Awaiting instructions.
both good and bad.
Navigation light constructed. Turret base constructed.
See you next run.
I'm ready for action.
These tiny icons could be slightly easier to select, I will say. And I know the enemy's base is over there. We shan't worry too much about that yet. Right, we are beginning production, or preparing to begin production of proper warships.
Upgrade acquired.
Service guarantees
Research is slowly but surely edging along. I am also going to need to find some place to squeeze in some larger, there we go,
Building
energy
underway.
production facilities as well.
Cargo delivered.
Resource drop point constructed. We have reached the maximum storage capacity for resources.
Look at my
Collectors
beautiful
can't drop off
monstrosity.
wrecks.
Behold,
We need to build
Slabenstein,
additional warehouses or resource
the
containers.
34th.
Resource drop point constructed.
Manyth, probably, of his name.
Building underway.
I wonder.
We're entering a dust cloud.
Damn it, I haven't developed any big guns yet.
Drop complete. See you next run.
Yeah, some more research facilities
Ready
would
for action.
really
Resource drop point
not be a bad
constructed.
idea right now. Right, have you found anything?
Enemy detected in close proximity. Prepare for contact.
Nope. In fact, this area looks
Cargo delivered.
weirdly
Concussion
abandoned.
technology acquired.
A little bit surprised by that.
Resources dropped. Heading out.
We have detected that the enemy has upgraded their systems and now possesses stronger defenses and more powerful attacks.
Well, isn't that good for them? Heavy ion cannons, plasma cannons, warship upgrades, defense field, cloaking
We
field,
have
warp
reached
drive.
the maximum storage capacity for resources. Collectors can't drop off resources.
I am aware. Let's
They are
actually just
stored.
speed up the rate at which we build things.
Additional
We have too many
warehouses,
resources?
resource
Don't worry, I'm going to quadruple
Collectors,
building.
complete
That
the
should take care of
master
my
resource.
unwanted resources pretty damn
drop
quickly.
point constructed.
Sudan, any test movement in one direction. Docking will help repair you strike faster. Sets turret aggressive. They'll shoot from farther away. They do indeed do that. Oh,
Enemy detected at long-range proximity. Stay alert.
Taking fire. Need backup.
enemy bad thing detected.
Turret base constructed. A pirate fortress has been located, armed with heavy and long-range weapons. Ensure the area is secured by destroying it.
Reporting.
Enemy detected at long-range proximity.
Very well.
Stay alert.
Standing by.
Where
Under attack. Requesting support.
Arch, creative ship level design. Orky, yes. Bolt guns to it. I see nothing particularly wrong with that at all, to be honest.
Kinetic cannon. Technology acquired.
Okay, I've
The
got
required research
more than
score
enough of
threshold
that.
has been reached, and it is now possible to upgrade the research center to the next level.
Whoop-de-doop-de-doo.
Constructed.
Right.
Maximum energy production increased. Building
I think I
underway.
can sneak a couple more research centers in there.
A new wave of enemies moving towards your ships has been intercepted.
Heavy facility. Constructed.
And we can
Mega
begin
lab.
upgrading some of our
Acquired.
energy production
A new
into
research is available.
quantum power generators. Because quantum power is better than regular power. Of course, everyone knows that to be true. I mean, how can it not?
Building
Quantum
underway.
power is basically just a ridiculous idea we've had that maybe we can somehow create power out of bullshit.
I'm ready for action.
Ooh. Double the defenses.
Standing by.
Field repair. Skill acquired.
Mayday! Mayday!
I think we can fuck with that thing.
Research center. Constructed. Quantum power reactor.
I feel
Constructed.
confident in the
Maximum
ability to
energy
fuck with that
production
thing. Right, do we have the deployer yet? We still don't have the
increased.
gosh darn
Enemy detected
deployer.
in close proximity. Prepare for contact.
Cargo delivered.
Right, let's also begin producing of that asteroid
Striker
mine there.
ready. Reporting for bomber. Ready?
Bomber. Bomber. Not bomber, bomber. You must understand the difference between the bomber and the bomber. The bomber is
Striker ready? Mech gun speed.
fatter.
Upgrade.
We shall
Acquired.
assume.
The required research score threshold has been reached.
Your average lurker, so the orc version of building Voidcraft. Yes, Slavenstein the 34th. It's a great ship name. It kind of is. Schlabenstein. So,
Research
by the
underway.
way, has anybody seen the Frankenstein movie thing that was supposed to come out?
On your
Because
command.
I've seen Twitter
Group two,
apparently going
assigned.
absolutely crazy over it.
Acquired.
Like, explaining it to actually be quite good, and I'm wondering now if it actually might be good.
Heading there now.
Go, my pretties.
Resources dropped. Heading
Bomb! Bomb! Alright, well, you don't actually bomb. You, guard that
Affirmative.
against enemy fighters. I've heard that he's actually apparently really, really good, and that would surprise me, considering the current pedigree of entertainment, so, Oh, I need to expand this thing. Alright, so, you
Resources dropped. Heading out.
begin breaking down those.
Enemy detected at long-range proximity. Stay alert.
And we're going to want to expand the sides of our ship.
Cargo to
Scavenger. Ready? Building underway.
My boat
Second attack. Upgrade.
shall have
Acquired.
wings.
Scavenger. Ready. Utility speed. Upgrade. Acquired.
Wings of steel.
Scavenger. Ready.
Because how else would you travel through space without wings?
Cargo delivered.
It's fucking retarded, frankly.
Building underway.
Right, well, I am certainly at least burning through my resources adequately quickly now. And as for you four,
I'm ready, Commander.
there's
resources are
more
now
than enough of
disposed of.
resources for you to be harvesting.
Understood.
Structural module constructed.
No, 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 no. Wrong thing.
Understood.
Enemy detected in close proximity. Prepare for contact. Structural module constructed.
Alright. I'm not entirely sure if this is going to be enough stuff to break all of this, but I'm sure it'll give it a good run for its money at least.
Structural module constructed.
Alright. My big weapons are getting ready to be deployed.
Enemy down.
For the moment, I feel like my mecha guns are doing a very good job at keeping away the
Structural
enemy.
module constructed. We have reached maximum crew capacity. Build additional crew quarters.
Damn
If
it.
any are already queued, prioritize their construction. Warship speed upgrade.
Crews!
acquired.
Need backup.
You need people in space?
Mayday! Mayday!
Warship
I feel like we could just be using robots like normal people instead.
constructed.
Right, where's the fucking crew quarters? There they were.
Under attack.
Right.
Requesting support.
Building underway. The resources at our disposal are depleted. Gather more.
Target
There.
destroyed. Under
What do you mean you don't want to live in the crew quarters directly behind the front? Directly in front of all of the main guns? What do you mean that's an unsafe living environment? It's the only place I've got for you. You are going to live behind the fucking guns. You are going to be a shield for the bridge.
On your command.
Do you understand?
Crew quarters.
Your life is largely meaningless compared to that of me,
Structural
the captain.
Bow down.
Scavenger ready.
Which is unironically true. Their lives are largely meaningless compared to me, the captain.
Cargo delivered.
Oh, God. Okay, I will admit, this is beginning to look like an absolute fucking abomination.
Scavenger ready.
Cargo delivered.
Now, I'm regretting the outer wings.
Enemy down.
I am regretting the outer wings. They make my slab look even dumber than the slab already looked. And that is a little bit of an
Crew
achievement.
quarter constructed. Maximum crew capacity increased. Scavenger ready.
Even I have some base aesthetic requirements.
Constructed. Maximum
They are few and far between, but even I have some.
Cargo delivered.
Got one.
Right, now, how on God's good earth do you actually build these things?
warehouse constructed. Maximum resource storage increased.
Enemy down.
I'm just gonna try to bring my boat over there and see what happens.
Defense field upgrade acquired.
Bow down.
This is a monstrous ship.
Maximum resource storage.
It really, really is.
Constructed.
It truly is one of the worst looking vessels to have ever put to space. I admit. It's not very good looking.
Drop complete.
It really is not.
Technology
And the worst part is, this is not even yet its final form. It gets worse.
Standing
Ah,
by.
finally I have my fucking deployers. Alright, thank God.
One more kill.
One more kill.
Alright. Do I use deployers for those things?
Cargo delivered.
Deployer ready.
Get me
Requesting support.
2 deployers.
I'm ready for action.
Deployer
Drop
ready.
complete. See you next run.
I
Drop
wonder.
complete. See you next run.
I don't think so.
Resources.
I've never
dropped.
built one of those mining things before, so I have no idea how to actually construct that thing.
Trick or
I'm
treat. Can I show
figuring it out slowly but surely. Meanwhile, you go over
Complete. See you next run.
there. where I'm hoping there won't be any enemies.
Awaiting
How are you guys doing?
instructions.
Pretty well, actually. Excellent. Good job.
Resources dropped. Heading out.
Under attack. Requesting support.
Remember to destroy everything now.
Cargo delivered.
We don't take prisoners here.
Resources dropped.
Uh,
Heading out.
Yeah, that does not look correct. That does not look correct. Right.
Cargo delivered.
Over there you go, then. Dizwiz, but have you considered global warming? No. I very rarely consider global warming in general, honestly.
Copy that. Moving to assist.
It is one of my least thought of, in general, things ever.
Drop complete. See you next run.
Because if it's real and the scientists are correct, then it's already too late and we're dead. If it isn't real and the scientists are wrong, then, well, it's just going to waste some more of my tax money. And frankly, I've come to the conclusion that the less I think about the waste of my tax money, the better I feel every single day. Ah, advanced warships, finally.
Complete. See you next run.
Bigger and better weapons. Bigger and better guns.
Resources dropped.
Research underway.
Build range, everything.
I'm ready for action.
So it really is one of those win-win scenarios as far as I'm concerned. To just not think about it. Ever, at any point.
Resources dropped. Heading out.
Please do go kill those things.
Standing by.
Damn, they lost barely anything, which is very impressive.
Heavy ion cannon. Technology.
Imagine
acquired.
being aboard this space station, as your only weapon is an explicitly anti-capital ship weapon, as just hundreds of tiny dumbass little aircraft spin around you, firing their fucking machine guns into you. And you realize that whilst it's doing literally no damage at the moment, eventually, given enough time,
Group 1.
those machine guns will bore through the hull and vent your ass into space.
Awaiting orders.
It's going to take like 7 years for that to happen,
Resources
but
dropped.
eventually,
Heading out.
sooner or later, it will happen.
I'm ready for action.
I still have no idea how to build this thing,
Resources dropped.
and
Heading
bringing
out.
my mothership over closer does not seem to help.
Enemy down.
Awaiting orders.
It couldn't be that weird bio-miner module that nobody knows how works, could it? Work in progress, Work in progress, Bioforge.
Drop complete. See you next run.
Perhaps there is some sort of a device. Harvest to collect using a multi-drill system and then stand to the base using containers. Multi-drill mine for asteroids. No.
Drop complete. See you next run.
No, there is not.
On your command. Got one.
Drop complete. See you next run.
On resource duty.
Nope, no idea. No fucking clue. Modules?
Resources dropped. Heading out.
Don't tell me I can build on the asteroid now. Research. No. Oh, no. Because I kind of expected it to just start building over there, but as it turns out,
Maximum energy production increased.
Cargo delivered.
that's not how that works.
Enemy detected at long-range proximity. Stay alert. Enemy detected. in
I want to
close
eat the rock,
proximity.
chat. I'm trying to eat the rock. I just don't know how to eat the rock. And it's not listed in the module build window either. Maybe if I just send one of them to it?
Cargo delivered.
I mean, it would make sense that one of these things might be able to, you know, construct it, right? No.
Harvest rate. Upgrade. Acquired.
No, I don't think so.
Confirmed.
No, I don't think so. Right, before we get into the radiation cloud and start dying, let's back off a bit from that. And instead, get our deployer into position.
Resource a new wave of enemies moving towards.
Ah, we're beginning to see big boats.
We have reached the maximum storage capacity for
Very well.
resources. Collectors can't drop off resources or wrecks. They are
Deploy
stored
my beautiful little station
build
thingy.
additional warehouses or resource containers. Cloaking field technology acquired. An heavy attack cruiser is approaching.
Oh!
Building underway. Defense field upgrade acquired.
So that is also one of the things you can do with the deployables, by the way. So my deployable, I was intending simply just to use as a resource drop-off point.
Acquired.
And that's about it. This is just going to be used to mine this nearby area. But you can build straight-up ships using that mechanic too. So if the regular cruisers and such on aren't quite big enough for you, you can build bigger. You can build massive fuck-off battleships if you so desire. There's nothing stopping you. You can custom construct yourself an enormous fuck-off monster vessel to dominate space, if you wish. Which is kind of what I'm doing with this absolute fucking monstrosity here.
Resource drop point constructed.
Resources dropped. Heading out.
There.
Building underway.
Some anti-missile weapons. Some more autocannons for adequate front-facing Daka.
Under attack. Requesting support. I'm ready, Commander.
Alright, we've just about blown that thing up.
Base constructed.
Yeah, I have no idea how this thing works.
Resources dropped.
No fucking clue. I'm assuming it's just gonna be there now forever. And that is a beautiful thing, of course. Right, did I finally get my advanced ship thing? No, I'm still working on it. Gosh darn it.
Cargo delivered.
Under attack. Requesting
Right,
support.
well, just keep building more things on my brick of war then.
Got one.
Autocannon turret
Damn it.
constructed.
They've got to be constructed forward, don't they? Little fucking things.
Cargo delivered.
Under attack. Requesting support.
Can I? I can't. God damn it. Can I? I can!
Building underway.
Trick or treat.
Advanced
Can I
warship.
so-
Brick of war!
Resources dropped. Heading out.
I mean, the plasma turrets. I feel like I need missile turrets back here on the brick of war.
Target
Hang
destroyed.
tight. Support inbound.
Excellent work. The objective has been completed.
Yeah, I need like clusters and missiles and shit on
Fire.
these.
Back up.
Cargo delivered.
I'm ready, Commander.
Another enemy base
On your
destroyed.
command.
Heavy turret
Excellent.
base constructed.
Now, my mighty brick of war.
Warship health upgrade acquired.
Actually, what I should have done was just build a deployer over here instead of
Upgrade
building
acquired.
one over there.
Desired research score threshold has been reached.
Because for some reason I've maximized my travel time to drop off
Heavy kinetic
resources.
turret constructed.
Presumably because sometimes I'm still retarded.
Acquired.
Only sometimes,
Ready
mind
for
you.
action.
Adam and Ackerman, how go? Quite well. Zerundel, Arch, you should try on Sutter Sector. I've started playing it recently and I will test. I think you'd like a decaying space sim aesthetic.
Drop
Interesting.
complete. See you next run.
Drop complete.
In your couture, tell me, Arch, given we know our galactic government is evil, a la Super Earth managed democracy, but space is full of xenos and heresy. Is it good? Yes.
Enemy
If it
detected
allows
above
humanity to continue to live in a hostile galaxy, then it is good.
Enemy detected in close proximity. Prepare for contact.
Simple as. Kicks invested with bots. Don't worry about it, Draken. You're doing a good job.
I'm ready for action.
It's just Kick, right? They like a few bots. And honestly, like, if there is any platform out there that is likely to be absolutely infested with bots, it probably is Kick.
Yellow mare's fluttery, buttery butt.
For the very simple reason that on Kick, of course, which is why I tell people to go over there, although I understand that the
Heading out.
bots sometimes make it unappealing, is that you get money for passive viewership. Passive viewership is, of course, excellent. Ah,
See you next run.
I love my laser boats. Now, we have
See you next.
Fighter health
big guns,
acquired.
grosser guns.
Taking fire. Need backup.
Resources.
I do enjoy how my biggest cannons have decided to focus on the smallest enemy ships that they can spot. This ship-sized kinetic weapon system has elected to fire shells that are larger than its target at fighters. One wonders why it has elected to do this,
Drop complete. See you next
but I'm
run.
not going to question.
Mechan attack upgrade acquired. The required research store threshold has been reached.
Nice engines you have there.
The research center.
It would be a damned shame if something were to happen to them.
Enemy down.
A damned shame indeed.
One more kill.
And now you're just going to exist in space whilst you're being picked apart by tons of bombers and fighters. Enjoy.
One more kill. On your
Fear the brick of war's firepower. Ah,
resources dropped.
right. I feel the brick of war must be made less mobile. It is
We
too
have reached the
mobile.
maximum storage capacity.
It has too much brick in it.
Collectors can't drop off resources or wrecks. They are installed. We need to build additional.
Also, I really need to actually put some armor on this thing. I've been putting off actually armoring the thing
Enemy down.
for too goddamn long.
Got one.
We're going down. We're going down. Taking fire. Need backup.
Right, I should be able to cover over that.
One more kill.
Yes, there we go.
Cargo delivered.
Taking fire. Need backup.
One more kill. Resources dropped. Heading out.
Building underway.
One more kill.
There.
Structural extender constructed. Mech gun speed upgrade acquired. Surface armor constructed.
Taking fire. Need backup. Cargo delivered.
Building underway. Surface armor
A
constructed.
little protection for my brick of war.
Surface armor constructed.
How are you guys doing?
Heading out.
Oh, oh god, that poor thing.
We have reached the maximum storage.
Oh god, that poor thing. Oh, is that not just a tragic sight? This once huge, big, cool-ass spaceship was just torn apart by these little evil mosquito things just buzzing and swarming around it,
Upgraded their systems.
tearing chunks out of it slowly but surely. Oh, that is a fucking tragedy.
Research score threshold has been reached, and it is now possible to upgrade the research center.
I was a warship once. Now I'm just a doomed hulk drifting slowly through space being picked apart. Segment by fucking segment. Oh. Oh, that is kind of sad. That is actually unironically tragic. That is actually unironically tragic.
Resources dropped. Heading out.
I feel a little bad now. Alright, we've got plenty of mech guns. Did I actually finally get my warships? I did. Finally. Okay, we can start building something a little bit on the heavier side now. Right, so we are going to need a decent little mix of the various things. I'm running a bit low on crew.
Cargo delivered.
Sadly, 10,000 crew is the max, which is unfortunate. Right. We're going to need some point defenses. That has been made painfully clear to me. So let's get some heavy warships.
Under attack. Requesting support.
Some assault warships with Gatling guns, maybe? Yes, something point defense-y. Let's have 4 of those as a skirmishing front. Then strikes. We're gonna put Gatling guns on them. And something anti-large. I'm thinking...
Got one.
I'm thinking...
We propose a ceasefire.
God no. I'm winning, fuck you.
Suspend all further attacks for a limited time. Refuse and face the consequences.
Drop complete.
I'm thinking a couple with heavy missile launchers. A couple with plasmas. Yes.
Standing
Oh.
by.
Are you all waiting your turn to unload resources?
I'm ready, Commander.
You are. Am I full of resources? I am. Is there anything I could waste all my resources on? Yes, there is.
Collectors can't drop off resources or wrecks. They are installed. We need
There
to build
is.
additional warehouses or resource containers. Building underway.
I could put more guns on the gun brick. The weapon brick could possess further armaments. And so the weapon brick shall possess further armaments.
Research score threshold has been reached, and it is now possible to upgrade the research center to the next level. Building underway. Turret base constructed. Collectors have depleted an asteroid's resources.
Cannons. Cannons, my dear. Cannons! I don't actually think I can build that on such a small mount, unfortunately. Damn it.
Building underway. Enemy detected in close proximity. Prepare for contact.
Heading out.
Gun brick.
Cargo delivered.
Actually, no, missile turrets. Yes. No, they're tiny.
Underway.
Well, those are there instead.
Kinetic turret constructed.
Rotating heavy ion cannon. Oh, well.
Out.
Micro nuke
Drop
turret.
complete. See you next run.
God, there are so many lovely weapons that I don't have yet.
Research underway.
Right, are you empty? Okay, so you've run out of resources in this
Kinetic
area.
turret constructed.
It's just those, please.
Build range. Upgrade acquired.
Right, you four, go over
Heading out.
there. Where you can mine a bit more for the deployed.
Ready.
I'm ready for
The
action.
deployer. Right, you guys, you can come on home and I might actually park you to free up some more crew, which I'm going to need.
The required research score threshold has been reached, and it is now possible to upgrade the research center to the next level.
Cargo delivered.
Anti-missile turret.
Constructed.
Drop complete. See you next run.
But I wanted...
Heavy bomb launcher. Technology acquired.
Cargo delivered.
Damn it. Can't build the micro nuke turret there either.
Cell storage. Technology acquired.
I could build the ram drill, but let's be honest, gun brick is not going to need to ram anything. Gun brick is not designed to ram anything. Ramming things is not the purpose of gun brick.
Further attacks.
The energy production level is critical. We will soon reach the maximum threshold. Limit
Uh-oh.
the use of energy. or
Mounted
build
too many
additional
guns on gun
power
brick.
generators.
About to run out of power.
Cargo delivered. Affirmative.
Okay, this is going to seem somewhat contrary to logic, but I'm going to destroy more
Our energy reserves are depleted. The
of my
generators
energy
are
things.
overloaded
No,
and
not right now.
experiencing
I'm overloading on energy. I will explode if I don't get them back, so please.
Prioritize their construction.
I'm going to make quantum energy things instead.
Intercepted.
Field active cluster dispersion technology acquired.
Resources dropped. Heading out.
Right, you guys, it is time for you to go recycle yourself. Commit seppuku in the name of building me more big ships.
Awaiting orders. Maximum energy production increased. Quantum power reactor constructed.
There, the quantum power reactors should take care of my energy problems. And look, it's kind of starting to look almost like a ship now. Almost.
The energy production level is critical. We will soon reach the maximum threshold. Limit the use
Is it
of
a
energy
good-looking
or
ship?
build
No.
Additional power generators.
But is it a ship? Sort of.
Resources dropped. Heading out.
God, I'm going to need more energy systems, aren't I? I actually am, yes. Right, God, where do I fit more energy production on this?
See you next run.
We have reached the maximum storage capacity for
Actually, I think I know exactly where I will fit.
resources or wrecks. They are installed. We need to build additional warehouses or resource containers.
I don't really want to build that, though, because that's crew.
Assault warship ready.
Resources dropped. Heading out.
You ignorant
Volatile
slut.
combustion systems technology acquired. The required research score threshold has been reached, and it is now possible to upgrade the research center to the next level.
Drop complete. See you next run. Drop complete. See you
Mounting a
next
power accumulator right near the center of my explosively possible ship is...
Drive upgrade acquired. An heavy attack cruiser is approaching.
run. See you next run.
Ah, heavy attack cruiser.
Cargo done.
Building underway.
Right, don't worry, it's at the rear of my ship. I'm sure it will be fine at the rear of my ship. It'll be okay, don't worry about it.
Cargo delivered.
Building underway.
Resources dropped. Heading out.
Engines. Right, I also need to start framing up my
Resources
things.
dropped. Heading out.
Deflectors, steel, titanium plating, no, utility.
Engine
Things.
constructed.
Where are the things, where are the things, where are
Service
the things?
guarantees citizenship.
As I believe if you put the things together, you don't need to pay as much of a crew
We have
tax
reached the
anymore.
maximum storage capacity for resources.
Once I
Collectors can't
figure
drop
out
off resources
where
or
I put
wrecks.
them.
They are installed. We need to build additional warehouses or resource containers.
Resources dropped. Heading out.
If I understand it correctly,
Enemy detected at long
That
range.
reduces crew requirements.
Enemy
That is not a
detected in
statement I'm
close
entirely
proximity.
sure of, mind you, but I believe that's how it works. Oh, I've been ignoring chat again. Draken, Arch, build an onslaught and call it Hegemony's Grasp. Porno, asteroid mining dock for the big miner. The big miner? Mining dock? For the big miner?
Resources dropped.
Asteroid mining dock?
Heading out.
Oh wait, do I need to build it on myself?
Extender constructed.
So Jar, you can build wire mounts to the front and change the 40mm cannons to chain guns. They're better in every regard. The mine outpost built in turn Phoenix Point Worm Underrail Revengeance.
Structural extender constructed.
Anon, I know all this off topic, but do you think about killing the Imperium of Man? People have been proposing it. Despite being an Imperium fanboy, I think if handled well, it's genuinely ruined eventually, but... What the fuck was that noise? GW would fuck it up anyways. Well, there is no doubt that GW does have a capacity to fuck up a whole lot of different things. There is. But...
We have reached the maximum storage capacity.
I definitely do think that the Imperium of Man is basically just a key point of the entirety of the 41st millennium, and so killing it off without killing the entire franchise would, I imagine, be very, very, very difficult, if not nigh on impossible, honestly.
Enemy down.
Yes, yes, be pulverized upon the bulk of Gunbrick.
Taking fire. Need backup.
We have reached maximum crew capacity. Build a-
Fear, Gunbrick.
If any are already used, prioritize their construction. Collectors have completed an
Sir, it's too large, it's too monstrous, it's ramming us. Ah! I have constructed a monster, and I could not be more pleased with myself.
support.
Ah,
Got one.
what a beautiful abomination.
I'm ready, Commander.
What an absolutely wonderful little thing this is.
One more kill. Target destroyed.
Such a beauty.
maximum storage capacity for resources. Collectors can't drop off resources.
Damn it, I've used up all of my crew.
Install.
There are plans, by the way, to allow you to have more crew. This is just the standard, which caps out at 1,000 or 10,000. I want more, goddammit! I want infinite. I want to be able to build the infinity brick.
Center to the
A vehicle so gargantuanly obese, so enormous in its corpulescence that it blots out the sun. Right.
Standing by.
On your command.
Drop
I think it is time for Gunbrick to advance. Surrounded by its smaller friends, of course. I really don't need all of these harvesters anymore. I can't recycle you because I don't actually have space to recycle you, so I'm sorry. I didn't want to do that because it was rather cruel, but listen, I had to. That's just how the universe is sometimes. Cruel and callous and evil and vile.
research underway. We have reached the maximum storage capacity for resources. Collectors can't drop off resources.
The only vulnerability of Gunbrick, much like the Death Star that preceded it, is the fact that I've constructed my primary energy storage directly behind my own neck.
Strike warship ready.
Not something I would normally recommend, mind you. However, I needed the extra energy, and I figured that the enemy deserved a fighting chance, and so, you know, I
awaiting instructions.
put it in my neck. Where it belongs, frankly.
Cargo delivered.
That way, I can be immediately and violently decapitated by a particularly brave enemy pilot.
Awaiting orders.
As things should be. God, I'm still gonna
We have
need more
reached
energy.
Maximum crew capacity.
Well,
Build additional crew
the only reason I'm losing out on energy is because I am moving the gun brick at the moment, and the gun brick does not move easily. The gun brick is not designed for maneuverability. It is designed for fear. Literally. As you can quite clearly see. Ew.
Research underway.
Heresy's the question.
Long-range
Fire's
nuclear
the
bombs?
answer.
Why, yes,
We have reached
please.
the maximum storage capacity for resources. Collectors can't drop off resources or wrecks. They are installed. We need to build additional warehouses or resource containers. Enemy detected in close proximity. Prepare for contact. Enemy detected at long-range proximity. Stay alert. Building underway.
Oh, the light cruiser. Hi there.
What's the mission?
Let us duel, you and I, Mr. Light Cruiser. Let's see. Aggressive?
Engage at will.
Aggressive? Aggressive.
Engage at will.
Standing by.
You, move out of the way. Give it a clear shot.
I'm ready for action.
Awaiting orders.
Brick against brick in honorable combat. As God wanted it to be. To be fair, their brick is pretty ugly too. I will say, their brick is not that much more handsome than my brick. In fact, I'd almost argue that my brick is prettier.
Utility speed upgrade acquired.
And my brick is significantly more heavily armed.
Resources. Collectors can't drop off resources or wrecks.
Aggressive.
They are installed. We need to build additional warehouses or resource containers.
Oh,
I have lost.
Enemy down.
it's not going well.
Drop complete. See you next round.
It's really not going well for enemy brick. Oh, enemy brick wishes to ram. No, enemy... Never mind. Enemy brick is being eaten apart before enemy brick can ram.
Taking fire. Lead back up.
Taking fire. Lead back up.
Slow down.
Poor little brick.
Under attack. Requesting support.
It just wanted to live. Is that such a crime? As much as I love my mecha guns, I want more capital ships.
One more kill. One more kill.
And that is all that remains of enemy brick. Fittingly enough, a brick.
Cargo delivered.
We have reached the maximum storage capacity for resources. Collectors can't drop off resources or wrecks.
Continue the advance.
We need to
Nothing
build
shall stand
additional
before
warehouses
brick.
or resource containers. Warship attack. Upgrade.
For the
Acquired.
brick is too great to be stopped now. GM Raptor, build a battle barge for the Emperor. Sujard, nukes, store power. Quantum just generator. Mix is best. I think you missed my first jet too. Phoenix Point, Unrailed Worm, and Revengeance.
Build additional crew quarters.
They do, but you can just build a neck shot generator. Huh?
Enemy detected at long-range proximity. Stay alert.
That way, if you
Enemy
die, you die in a
detected
blaze
close
of glory, and I
proximity.
like that.
Prepare for contact.
Necron, Arch, you're making new and improved phalanx. I am. It's beautiful. Yokotai, if mass equals gravity, how big does Gunbrick need to be for its own for its own moon-like weapons platform? I think it is quite a fitting little weapons platform right now. I think it is a beautiful weapons platform. Huh? What is that?
Enemy down.
Well, whatever it is, it
Drop
exploded.
complete. See you next run.
Very unfortunate for it. Also, I actually do need more power generation, but God, where am I even supposed to slot that in?
We have reached the maximum storage capacity for resources. Collectors can't drop off resources or
Where? Okay, there maybe? No.
containers.
Cargo delivered.
Where could I put a power generator where it wouldn't be unbelievably exposed? Nowhere, really. No matter where I put it, it's going to be unbelievably exposed. That's just how it is.
See you next run.
Right, fine. I'm gonna cancel one of the research centers and I'm gonna slot it in there. That way, it'll be at least awkward to get to. If not armored, then awkward.
Building underway.
There.
War crime upgrade acquired.
For a moment there, I'm pretty sure the game said war crimes upgrade required.
Group 1 assigned.
And I am all with that.
Acknowledged. On your command.
Your ability to commit war crimes has increased.
Drop complete.
Congratulations.
Resources dropped.
You know, there was actually a video game where that was a
Maximum
mechanic.
Storage capacity for resources.
I shit you not. There was a game in which, I never remember the name of this game, but you had two factions. One faction was basically NATO. And NATO's duty, of course, was to protect civilians in basically like kind of like a Kosovo-esque war space kind of thing. And the other faction were terrorists before the terrorists became what the terrorists were today. And to win as the terrorists, so the NATO people gained resources by protecting civilians. So you gained money each time you sent a truck to a village and then brought a bunch of civilians out to safety. Right. That's simple enough. The terrorists gained money whenever they attacked a village and started killing people and abducting them and doing mean shit to them. So there was actually a video game at some point where the primary currency was one's ability to commit war crimes against the enemy. And I think that is a wonderful idea.
Strike warship ready.
Heavy ion turrets?
Detected at long-range proximity. Stay alert. Enemy
Yes.
detected in close proximity.
Yes.
Prepare for contact.
More guns for Gunbrick.
Awaiting orders.
We have reached the maximum storage capacity for resources.
Drop complete.
Collectors can't drop off resources or wrecks. They are installed. I'm ready. We need
You're
to
gonna
build
approach
additional
me, are you?
resource containers.
Very well.
Confirmed.
You are a brave if foolish foe. Let us see you match your might against that of Gunbrick. Not entirely sure if these missile launchers can actually see anything,
Maximum energy production
as they're, back here. I have no idea. I was kind of hoping. Oh, no, there we go.
Enemy down.
What?
Taking fire. Need backup. Target destroyed.
Okay. They're arcing. They're arcing.
Under attack. Requesting support. Under attack. Requesting support.
Mortars in space.
Under attack. Requesting support.
A strange concept, but
Destroyed.
very well.
Reporting for duty.
Very well.
Cargo delivered. Got one.
This poor little enemy fleet.
Enemy down. Target destroyed.
Oh. The strike warship made the tremendous error of going just a little bit too far up. And boom.
Slow down. Got one.
My God.
Got one.
Such unkind slaughter.
Heading there now.
Truly, Gunbrick is an enemy to all creatures.
Command center.
Oh well. There's only hostiles in this part of space anyway, so Gunbrick will continue onwards.
Constructed.
Cargo delivered.
March, Gunbrick. I kind of wish now that I ever had, like, a hangar carrier capacity.
An
Which, I
heavy
mean...
attack cruiser is approaching.
Ooh. Big ship.
Awaiting instructions.
Sooner or later, perhaps a rival to Gunbrick would appear. I wouldn't want a rival to Gunbrick to appear, actually. Micro nuke. Gatling gun turrets. Maybe some more anti-large. Yes, let's make another couple anti-capital ship vessels, shall we? As Gunbrick continues Gunbrick's stately procession through space
I'm ready for action.
towards its enemies, both foreign and domestic.
Vector attack upgrade acquired.
As a chart, the bar next to each research build item determines the RU efficiency use, makes it to research build faster. Finish point, worm, undrail, or vengeance. I don't even know what that fucking means, and I don't know what that fucking does. I'm sure it's something. Something that I will ignore. More importantly, is there anywhere else I could conceivably fasten a gun on this thing?
Drop complete. See you next run.
You know, I'm genuinely not sure there is. And I think the new strike warship will actually max me out.
Awaiting orders.
You definitely need more PopCap in this game. You need more, goddammit. Also,
Complete.
did you guys ever actually, you know, start? No. No, they did not. No, they never did.
I'm ready, Commander.
Nope, Paul. I'm pretty sure I sent some resource thingies over there to start mining.
Drop complete. See you next run.
Listen, there's a resource drop-off point right there.
See you next run.
Utilize it. God help me. No, they're just picking over the corpse of the previous victims of Gunbrick.
Awaiting orders.
Pilfering the crushed bodies. I mean, I understand it's easy pickings, but
I'm
still.
ready for action.
Gunbrick does not get anywhere quickly.
Command center awaiting further.
Although, I think I actually could build a warp engine on Gunbrick by now. I think I actually have the technology to build a warp engine for Gunbrick. Not entirely sure it would be wise to build a warp engine for Gunbrick, because, frankly, dipping this thing into the warp seems extraordinarily ill-advised, but...
Reporting for duty.
Still? Oh, the game's starting to lag.
What's the mission?
Yeah, see, that is, of course, one of the minor problems with having a game like this where you can build Gunbrick, is that eventually, Gunbrick is going to consist of so many components that Gunbrick is actually going to start lagging the video game.
Enemy detected at long-range proximity. Stay
Going to
alert.
disassemble the 2 last nuclear engines now, as I should have adequate storage, and replace them with quantum power reactors to try and stabilize my engine output a little bit.
Building underway.
As Gunbrick consists of so many moving parts that Gunbrick frankly has a little bit of a hard time, well, you know, seeing anything. Right.
Acknowledge.
Lower Gunbrick slightly. The enemy is being gay and coming in underneath Gunbrick. This cowardly strategy must be punished.
Strike warship ready.
Attack initiated.
Just in time.
I can't execute orders at this time.
Engaging the enemy.
Lower, Gunbrick, lower. The enemy is trying to get to your soft, squishy underbelly.
Command center is operational and ready.
Do not let
Power
them.
Reactor constructed. Maximum energy production increased.
For if I'm to be honest, your underbelly is actually rather soft and squishy.
Moving out.
That's where all of your nuclear reactors are located, and all of your most high explosive bits. You just blew a piece of my spaceship. You just destroyed a piece of Gunbrick. The first piece of Gunbrick to be destroyed was not destroyed by the enemy, but one of my own warships.
Under attack.
God damn it.
Support.
Rotary multi-ion acceleration. Technology acquired.
Whee! Explosives! Oh my god!
One more kill.
Oh my Jesus!
Under attack. Requesting support.
What manner of horrors even is this?
Slow down.
Oh, I think the game had enough. Oh no, Gunbrick crashed the game! Oh no! The power of Gunbrick was too great. Oh no. My brick was too large. That is the greatest overkill. The Gunbrick did not merely kill the cruiser. Gunbrick killed the game. Reality broke before the Gunbrick did. Oh, God help me. Well, that's Era 1 for you, chat. So I'm going to give you a little rundown of like the rest of the stuff in game, like what's in the game now. Just so you have that too, but again, it is in early access. It is unstable. Bear that in mind. And it clearly can't quite handle capital ships of the size that I wish to make them in. Oh. Right, so, at the moment, There is no multiplayer. There is no campaign. They are planning to do both. They are planning campaign. They are planning multiplayer. And honestly, multiplayers in this game sound like a lot of fun. They sound genuinely amazing. Currently, your primary thing is you've got enemy waves where you're just defending yourself against enemies for as long as you want to. You've got survival, where you're just going to get absolutely pelted, or scenario, which is what I just played. So scenario will basically put you in a situation with a lot of predetermined enemies, and you just need to, mine out the area and kill them. It's kind of like a tutorial mission, basically. Then you've got sandbox, which is kind of the same, but do whatever, and resource rush, where your entire point is to just grab as many resources as you can. So these are also then going to be the ideas of future game modes, and you also have different maps that you will be able to select, but at the moment it's all tied to like the game modes and the scenarios, more so than anything else. So like size and where you're located and resource density, basically.
Service guarantees citizenship.
It is all very basic. There is not a tremendous amount of replayability in the moment, as you only also have one faction, although they are planning at least 2, possibly 3 on launch, with the pirates. So, the game is, don't get me wrong, in very early days. It is quite unstable, and it does buckle beneath the weight of its own ambition somewhat. However, I love everything that is in there. I love the building your own mothership thing. I love the ability to build your own, like, super heavy warships or light cruisers, etc., as and when you desire. I love the combat, the pacing of it. I love the control. If you played Homeworld, you can jump into this game and the controls are immediately the same. It just is Homeworld, but better. Mechanically, it is everything I've ever asked for in a Homeworld game, and infinitely better than 3. So the question is, how the campaign is going to play out. How good is the campaign going to be? Will it be able to live up to the pedigree of Homeworld? Because right now, all of the mechanics are there. All of the ground-laying stuff is there. Now they just need to make it work and then make a cool campaign out of it. So I'm really happy with Era 1. I think it has a tremendous future ahead of it. So long as it doesn't get, Kerbal Space programmed. God, I hope not. God, I hope not, indeed. Max Robe, can it play Gunbrick? No, it can't play Gunbrick. The game is not capable of running Gunbrick just yet. Max anyone? Dogsuit, I see Archer's true power just leaked. Yes, the Gunbrick was too much for the poor video game. It buckled beneath the weight of it. It is a tragedy, but such is life. Sometimes there are too much brick and too many guns for a poor little video game to handle. Will it have DEI, ESG shit? I very much so doubt it. Very much so doubt it. The developers just seem to want to make a good Homeworld game, and that's it. And that's all I want them to do as well. I just want them to make a good Homeworld-style game. And that seems to be what they are both doing and pulling off at the moment. So I'm very, 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 very hopeful. I'm very, very, very hopeful about Era 1. And hopefully you will be too, after seeing it now. Adam Tackman, Gunbrick EXE, failed to load. Yes,
Are you
did.
ready to rut this yellow mare's fluttery buttery
A
bun?
tragedy, to be sure. I'm half tempted to start up another one, but I feel like it will probably end much like the previous one. The Gunbrick will be too large, too many boom booms. Oh, can they put the hot latex cyberpunk woman in that game? That would be cool. Well, of course. You know what? The developers need to reach out and just ask for permission to utilize this lovely, busty artwork, and I will approve it. They will be granted permission to utilize the vastly superior version of the Navigator. Until next time, chat. Thank you all very much for watching. Thank you for your generous donations, and I will hope to see you all again soon. Till then, have a very good night, chat.